Hey, how's it going? My name's Chris Martin. I help run Lifeway Social. I write regularly on the Lifeway Social blog, and I'm the one that compiles this Lifeway Social Insider email each week. This week for our Lifeway Social Insider video, I wanted to talk about what I wrote on the Lifeway Social blog this week, which is 3 things a blog is. Last week, I wrote and talked about on video 3 things a blog is not. And this week I wanted to focus on 3 things a blog is. So a blog can be a bunch of different things. I mean, blogs are super versatile. You know, there are things that the word blog doesn't mean. A blog doesn't mean a YouTube channel. A blog doesn't mean a Facebook page. But a blog, really, I mean, you can have a blog that is a website. Really, if you have a website and all you ever do there is blog, you can kind of just refer to the whole site as your blog. Or maybe you have a blog within a larger website. And that's a way you can kind of talk about it. But today I want to talk about 3 things a blog is, in contrast to what we talked about last week, which is 3 things a blog isn't. So first, a blog is a way to use your gifts to serve others. And you've heard me talk about this sort of Venn diagram idea before, and I provided an image in the blog post talking about this and kind of depicting what this looks like. But I often talk about using your gifts to serve others online in terms of a Venn diagram with either 2 or 3 circles, depending on which one I'm talking about. But the one in the blog is just 2 circles in a Venn diagram. And you have one circle of the Venn diagram is your gifts, just the way God has gifted you to serve people online. So maybe that's creating videos, maybe that's creating a podcast, maybe that's writing content, whatever. God has given you gifts that you're using to serve people online. That's one circle. And then in the other circle, you have others' needs. So basically, your audience's felt needs. What are they feeling? Where do they feel like they're lacking? How can you basically the gaps in which the Lord has equipped you to serve them with the ways he's gifted you. So I see a blog as a means of serving where those 2 circles in the Venn diagram intersect. A blog affords you the opportunity to use the gifts God has given you to serve the needs of others. So number 1, a blog is a way to use your gifts to serve others. If you live too much in the left circle, or I suppose if you're watching this, the right circle, if you live too much in that circle, your gifts, your blog becomes almost too self-focused. It's just all about whatever's interesting to you. If you live too much in the other circle, others' needs, you can burn out really quickly. Like if you're constantly trying to address others' needs, but in ways that are outside of your gifting, you might burn out because you feel like you're going to run low on steam, run out of fuel, and just kind of be left empty. So it's really nice if you can kind of live in between those circles where those circles intersect in a way that you're using your gifts and addressing others' needs at the same time. So secondly, what is a blog? A blog can be a means to develop as a writer. Now, one caveat to as we start talking about this point, one caveat is that a blog can help you develop bad habits. If you're not good at grammar or you write in the passive voice all the time, which is a problem I can have at times, a blog can help you develop bad habits, can kind of perpetuate bad habits. So you definitely need to be aware of that and be careful about that. But a blog is one of the best ways you could develop as a writer. You could write in a journal or you could just create a bunch of Word documents that you never share with anyone, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're writing publicly and sharing it with people, whether you're writing a fiction blog where maybe you're challenging yourself to write a 100-word short story every day, or maybe you're doing a nonfiction blog, a blog where you're talking about life or spirituality or how to lead a church or whatever your blog is about, writing publicly allows people to give you feedback and allows you to serve other people rather than just kind of squelch your gift and use it for yourself. But a blog is a great way to develop as a writer. A lot of times you just have to exercise the muscle. You have to stretch yourself. You have to work it. You don't become a better reader without reading. You don't become a better writer without writing. You don't become a better baseball player just not doing anything or watching people play baseball. You become a better baseball player by playing. So the same thing with writing. Blogging affords you the opportunity to get some reps and to really exercise that muscle. As long as you aren't using bad habits, that can be really powerful and can really get you some experience. The third thing a blog is, it's a good step toward becoming a published author. Now, I need to be careful saying this because I don't want anyone to construe me as saying, if you have a blog, here at Lifeway, we'll publish you. No, that's not what I'm saying. You need to know, if you're watching this, I don't really have a say in who does and does not get published. The people who make those decisions are nice and they're friendly. They don't really care about my opinion on those things, and that's good because I don't really have a whole lot of knowledge into who should or shouldn't be published or whatever. But in the same way that having a blog can help you form yourself as a writer and grow as a writer, if you want to be a published writer someday, having a blog can be a good first step toward doing so because you're writing for public consumption. You're taking criticism for things you've written, which you definitely get if you publish a book, so you can get experience having that. And writing a blog can help you develop an expertise. For example, I'm about to have a book published by a small publisher about how the church can reach millennials, okay? Because for a long time, I've written on that subject on my personal blog. I would never have had the opportunity to publish that book had I not been writing about that for 3 or 4 years on my personal blog. And so if you find a niche that you really you really like talking about, military, how to be a military chaplain, let's say, and you're really passionate about being or being a hospital, a pastor or a chaplain at a hospital, and you just like want to write a blog to serve those people and really help those people. Maybe someday, if you get noticed and if you build an audience, you could publish something around that. So running through these 3 things a blog is, and a blog is certainly more than these 3 things, but just 3 that came to my mind. 1, it's a way to use your gifts to serve others. 2, it's a means to develop as a writer and potentially develop some bad habits if you're not careful. And 3, it's a good step toward becoming a published author if that's something you want to be someday. I hope this video has been helpful for you this week. I hope you have a great week. I'll be around next week, so you'll get an email next week, even though we'll be off for Good Friday and great rest of your day.